If there's one thing we've learned about business and life, it's that people are the X factor. They constantly surprise us, both in amazing ways and not so much. We're Ben and Syya, and welcome to the Gnaw On This Business Bites podcast. This show is all about real-life things we all deal with every day, how they relate to business, and how to make some sense out of our daily chaos. Welcome to the show. And welcome back to another episode of Gnaw On This Business Bites. I'm Ben. This is Syya. And this is Thanksgiving. It's that time of year again. As a Canadian, I'm a Canadian and American. I had my turkey about a month ago, but it's Thanksgiving and we all need to be thankful. And I think we need to sit back and say, what are the things that we are truly and absolutely appreciative of? Because over the last couple of years, things have been challenging. Things have been absolutely challenging, and we've learned a lot. We've seen a lot. We've done a lot. Some of it we've liked. Some of it we haven't liked. Some of it, has been frustrating. Some of it's been incredible. And through it all, we're still here. And you know what? We're still having these conversations, and we're still learning from each other. We're still curious, and we're still passionate. And we're still having podcasts. And I think that we need to be in a place where we're thankful for what we have and what we do. Because too many of us walk around with a glass. It's not half full. It's not half empty. It's got a crack in the bottom and it's leaking. And all you can do is you can point to that cracked glass and you're not doing anything about it. So it's time to fix the glass. It's time to fill it up. It's time to have a brand new glass of whatever, that we're going to raise a cheer to. Now, Syya, I love to hear your thoughts on this.
I mean, look, to me, Thanksgiving and family to me is everything. So if anyone wants to know where my happy moments is my family, and I say it with asterisks, because as much as they're the source of my pleasure and love and support and loyalty, they are also the source of my stress and pain. I am so thankful.
I think we all have that in our family,
Exactly. It's like, I love you despite you. But that being said, though,
I love you, but only in little small pieces.
Hey, but it's still love, right?
It is.
Take it, run with it. It is what it is, kind of thing. But look, I think being grateful for your family is a natural. I think for our Gnaw On This, I'd really want to challenge us on, are we grateful to our colleagues and friends, our clients, prospects? Are we grateful to ourselves? I mean, the last few years have been very challenging, especially for those that are in the entrepreneurial world, right? For those that decide to launch their business during the pandemic. I mean, damn. Oh, wait, that was almost me too. So anyway, this is like something where I think even the little wins are something to behold and to be grateful that you even have a little win, because there are days when you have a lot of losses, right? And I think we just forget to say, wait a second, I might have fallen and broken my shin. Ooh, that hurts. Let's try it again. I might have scraped my knee off the bike, but you got up again, right? And then you rode your bike. Well, how grateful are you that you can still ride your bike? There are people who never ride the bike again. And I'm just grateful that I was able to overcome that, right? And I think those ways of thinking helps to make me a more grateful person in general in my daily practice. Because it's not just once a year. I'm grateful for you, Ben, but I'm grateful for you every day when I harass you and text you out of the blue and you're like, stop texting me. I mean, I'm grateful for that.
No, but I think that being thankful in our heads is one thing. Being thankful out loud is another.
Yes.
And I think that we need to take the time to actually call up our clients, call up our friends, call up our associates, our teammates, the leaders within our organization, spouses, family, whatever, and actually have those conversations and say, you know what, I'm appreciative because of this. And thank you for teaching me this. You know what? You really frustrated me when we had this conversation 6 months ago, but you know what? I learned a lot from it. I was able to do some things because that you got me off my six and you made me do this. and now I'm better off because of it. And I just wanted to say thank you. And it's the little things that when we say thank you to people and we let them know how much we appreciate them for even for small things and big things, how does it make other people feel? How does it make people feel when all of a sudden they know they've been appreciated, when they know that what they did mattered to somebody and that they helped somebody be a little bit better off? That's an incredible feeling. And they'll tell two friends and they'll tell two friends and so on and so on. And listen, I tell people every single day, I can't change the world. I can't change the world, but I can change my corner of it. I can say thank you to people. I can tell people how much I appreciate them. I can sit there and be that person that says, you know what? Thank you for doing X. And hopefully other people will turn around and take that, that vision and that thing that I did and be able to pass it on. Mm. And I think that if we can do that, our world becomes a little bit better place. And you're right. It's not just Thanksgiving. We should be thankful for people 365 days a year. We should be thankful for them 24/7. But you know what? Every so often we need to stop back and sit there going, wait a second here. Have I told Syya how much I appreciate her? Have I told her, you know what? You did this and I really appreciate because you gave me something to think about. You gave me an impetus to do this. All of a sudden I wrote that book. I wrote that article. I made that extra podcast. I contacted that extra client because of that conversation we had. And people like to know that they made a difference. And the more we can do that to people, the more we can give them that thank you, the better off our world becomes. And I think we need to think that way.
I think, I almost had like a mental ticker of how many times we said thankful. Like, I almost feel like we should do that at the very bottom, just like start doing like some kind of ticker on our account there. Maybe I might do that. Hold on. Let me see if I can do that in a timely manner. I'm kidding. I won't do that. But, it's one thing to be grateful and thankful to others and give it to them. It is that feeling of receiving that grateful and thankfulness. I know I'm not good at receiving compliments. And I know in some ways when I'm not saying I reject it, but when I don't know how to respond, I just get very awkward. That I can tell that in some ways, sometimes I'm offending the person that gave unto themselves for you. And that's something where I have to be grateful for the fact that if they took the time to say thank you to me, or to say I appreciate you, or I value you, or I acknowledge your existence. That wasn't a shot at my boyfriend, of course. That is something that makes you feel good, And I think to say that is like, Ben, thank you for saying that, you like hanging out or chatting with me or gnawing with me or whatever. It does cheer your spirits up. Yeah. And I think we have to be better at responding. Maybe I'm just talking for myself, but sometimes when we give appreciation for others, I don't think we understand how to respond in kind.
It's true. And take that one step further on social media. Every time somebody comments on a post you did, they're being thankful for you. They are taking their time, they're taking their energy, they're taking their thought process to be able to respond to something that you wrote. Yes. For you not to sit there and say thank you, to respond back to them, to continue that conversation is not showing thanks. Mm. And I think we need to be able to give a compliment, but we also need to be able to take a compliment.
For sure.
And I think without being big-headed, without an ego getting involved with it, to be able to say, you know what, I'm honored and humbled that somebody actually, took the time to write something on my post because they didn't have to.
Yeah.
Nobody has to comment on this live cast. Nobody has to comment on one of my blog posts. Nobody has to buy a copy of my book. Nobody has to, clap at the end of my keynote.
They don't.
They don't. It's nice that they do, and I appreciate it, but they don't have to. Mm-hmm. And the fact that they do is so much appreciated. Yeah, and we need to realize that everybody has a choice. We can either be thankful or not. We can be gracious or not, and it says as much about us as it says about the other person, because we can't control how other people act and react, but we can control our own actions and reactions.
You know, if I can just add one more thing to this, because it really struck home with me. So, as you know, earlier at the end of the fall, I lost my father, and it was literally 5 days before my birthday. So I wasn't in a celebratory mood. And in fact, just a heads up, everyone, if I'm bad in August, there's a reason for it. And it's usually because around my birthday, it seems to be my family likes to go ahead and pick their death day around those times. So it's like, I feel like it's not appropriate for me to celebrate my birthday when there's so many people in my family mourning, right? I just think it's just off, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm grateful for the fact that so many people reached out to me. Some know about my challenges. Maybe I need counseling for that, but it took me a week to reply back to everyone to say thank you for their birthday wishes, which might be odd because, like on Facebook, for example, you expect a like or, instant response. The fact that it took me a week, and I actually apologized and said, I'm sorry it took me a while, but I do want to say thank you. I can't tell you. So many people were like, oh no, that's so cool. But I could tell with some of the people's responses that they were like, oh, okay, you good. I don't feel slighted, or I don't feel, ignored, that I took the time to wish you happy birthday. So that's what I'm grateful for, is if you say thank you or you're grateful for something and there's a time delay, people sometimes don't remember that time delay. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's the other thing too. It's okay to be thankful even a month or 2 or 10 years from now. Maybe that one teacher that failed me out of chemistry could be nicer, but you know what? Hey, maybe I could be thankful for the fact they failed me, because definitely chemistry was not a career for me.
It gave you the impetus to go and do something else. You know what?
I'm grateful for it.
We all need to be more thankful. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Enjoy your time with your family, enjoy time with your friends, enjoy time with, the people you want to be around. I'm Ben. This is Syya. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, and happy Thanksgiving. Hey. Thanks for listening to another episode of Gnaw On This, Business Bites. If you liked what you heard, we most humbly ask that you like, share, and hit that subscribe button. And if you want to communicate more effectively within your organization, contact Ben at yourbrandmarketing.com or me, Syya, at innovationmediaenterprises.com. We can help you build your community, brand awareness, and personality through podcasting. We cannot wait to hear from you. So see you next week for another episode of Gnaw On This, Business Bites.